Hey, what's up, Speakerphiles? Wellington here. We have already looked at these two speakers as far as, sound battle, but like a lot of you have been asking, wondering, how do the two perform outdoors in comparison to each other? That's what this video is about. We're going to be listening to them outdoors here. I will be putting them about 40 feet away from the microphone that you're going to be listening them through. And yeah, I'm hoping to answer two questions. How do the two compare outdoors, and which one is the loudest between the two speakers? I talked about it in my previous video, but I'm still getting people ask me about that. And to help us confirm me wrong or right, I also employed a dB meter here to give us a visual representation of which one is the loudest between the two speakers. You already saw probably from the title that there's a 5 dB difference, but you don't know which one is reading higher than the other, okay? Also, I do have a few things I need to talk about. Well, maybe mainly one thing about dBs, like decibels, something that I feel like most people don't understand. I need a little bit of elaboration or explanation to do about that, but that'll be on the other side of the video. I will be using a high quality binaural microphone, so for the best experience, please use headphones. And like I said, the speakers are going to be about 40 feet away from the microphone that you will be hearing them through. Alright guys, so I just finished up recording everything. I'm going to leave you guys to listen to that as I gather my stuff to go back inside. It's raining. Listen to the sound sample. We will talk about it, but I will be inside when we do that. Okay, enjoy the sound.
Hold on, girl, now wait just a minute. I've got something to say. You should hear it. Oh, I'm happy to make time for your feelings, but you have to admit I already do. Let's just break it down to you and me uptown, dancing all around till the disco ball pops. But I have to be me, and everyone can see your anger is misplaced, and I'm gonna tell you.
And there you have it. Like I said, it was a little bit windy when I was recording that. Actually, that same day, before I came in here to continue with my recording to make this that would have come out earlier, power went out due to that storm for a couple of days. That is why there's quite a bit of a long time between the previous video and this video. But if you follow me on Instagram, you would have known that, because I actually shared over there that I don't have power. You should really go follow me on Instagram if you do not. I'm also on Twitter and Facebook, okay? Go do that. Also, do not forget to check out my merch store. That's the other way to support the channel if you would like to. Thank you. Okay. Where do I start? Sound quality? It's about the same on both speakers. It's even surprisingly very close. Between the two speakers, you can barely tell which one is which if I were to cover them up. There's a little bit, the Xtreme retains a little bit more bass at maximum volume, which is kind of surprising, but yes, if you listen closely, it kind of retains a little bit of more bass in its sound than the XB43, but at the same time, the XB43 also has slightly sharper highs even outdoors, like you guys heard. But the other thing that a lot of you were asking about is loudness. Which one is louder, especially outdoors right here? Well, not here, but you know, what you just listened to. And like I said, like you might have already heard, the XB43 is still louder than the Xtreme 2 outdoors. And I also took measurements like I promised. The one I used, the dB meter I used is that. I don't know if you can see that, hopefully, but I will also leave a link to it in the description section if you want to, you know, read more details about it, if you're into that, if you want to figure out exactly which one it is and how it measures and all of that. So I got a 5 dB difference between these two speakers, and to somebody that might sound like it's so big, but it's actually not that big, okay? And this is the reason why I wanted to talk about it a little bit, other than just showing you 5 dB difference between the two speakers, and then have people ask me, no way, that's not possible, 5 dBs, that's a lot. But it sounds about right, because here's the thing, for the human ear, the only time, or maybe 3 dB you're able to tell, using your ears, you're able to tell more, but most people not. The range is between 3 and 6. Some people you have to increase by about 6 dB in order for them to be able to hear a difference in volume. So, for example, let's say you have 2 people standing maybe 20 feet away from you. If there is a millimeter difference between those 2 people, you're not really going to tell. If there's 2 millimeters, you're probably still not going to tell. But the more they add up, and you're like, I think this person is taller than this person. So it's the same thing as dBs. They are really small measurements. This machine is able to tell because it's made to do that. Just like a tape measure can still tell that those people are about a millimeter difference between them, because it's a tape measure, and that is what it's made to measure. It can be very precise. So this is very precise, but to a human ear, 5 dB is not really that much volume difference between the two speakers, and it's very correspondent to what you heard in the sound sample. The XB43 is louder, but it's not like a lot louder. So, and that's why I wanted to talk about the dBs, because I feel like if I just showed you like, oh, it's about 5 dBs louder, to some people who don't understand how small dBs are, they would not have understood that, and would have, you know, commented and started complaining or something. So dBs are really small measurements that our ears cannot pick up 1 dB difference. Another example is here. If you had a TV, you're watching TV, and you have a remote, but that remote, instead of the whatever increments that they use right now, they move that to every time you press the volume up button, it just increases your TV by 1 dB. You would have to press, if you press just once, you could not tell. Your ears will not tell that you've even pressed anything. Twice, you wouldn't even tell. 3 times, some people might tell that there's a volume change, but most people will not even tell. 4, most people might also tell that maybe the volume raised up a little bit. So that's what I'm trying to say, that 5 dB is not that much, but it confirms that the XB43 is louder than the JBL Xtreme 2. Okay, I feel like I've rambled a little bit, but I kind of just wanted to make a point about this outdoor sound battle and the question that I've been getting a lot about loudness between these two speakers. All right, so that's it from me for this video. Power went out, that's why you have not heard or seen any videos from me this past week. If you follow me on Instagram, you should have seen that. If you don't follow me, you have to go follow me. I'm also on Twitter and Facebook, okay? Also, go check out my merch. Please support the channel, okay? Be the cool dude who does that. If you're new here, please subscribe. Like the video if you liked it. If you didn't like it, feel free, leave a dislike. But also when you do that, let me know in the comments section below what I should improve, you know? Don't just hate just because you love hating. Okay, anyways, thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next video. Peace.